Hello and welcome to Post to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey and all teams. Recently, actually yesterday, I think, the names of the people who are going to be inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame this year were announced. There was 4 main ones, so we have Teemu Selanne, Dave Andreychuk, Mark Recchi, and Paul Kariya. I think this is the first, were discussing this before the video, this is kind of the first time that we see these names, or we've seen these names in a year and thought, wow, all these guys kind of do deserve to be in the Hockey Hall of Fame. This is going to be a great year. So let's just start off with Teemu Selanne. I think he scored 76 goals his first rookie year. You might know better.
Yeah, that's a record that will never be broken. Most goals by a rookie. I mean, you only have 1 year to do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's basically a goal per game on an 82-game schedule. I mean, that's insane. Yeah, that will stand the test of time.
Teemu Selanne is probably one of the best Finnish players of all time.
If not the best.
If not the best, yeah. He probably is the best. He was the heart and soul of every single team he played on. The guys loved him. He was always smiling, having a great time. He's such a nice guy. I'm absolutely ecstatic to see him inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. And the guy doesn't age either. He's like,
he could probably still play.
He probably could,
just like Yager,
Yeah, so it's great to see this. I assume you're happy to see.
Oh, I'm very happy. I know growing up as a kid, you know, next to Wayne Gretzky, Teemu Selanne was the player I idolized the most.
Absolutely,
I just loved his style and what he brought. And I mean, in his early years, he was just a goal-scoring machine.
It was insane, yeah. It was huge. So let's keep on with the Anaheim Mighty. Man, that's what I would say. Mighty Ducks.
I wish they were called the Mighty Ducks.
Paul Kariya. You know, he's a point per game player. 989 points in 989 games. Very underrated player. He was, you know, he's considered a star, but he still is very underrated. And he's a small, quick, very, very talented guy. He was a great leader. He was the captain for a while. I'm very excited for the Anaheim franchise to have both of these guys inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. Very well deserved. And Paul Kariya was one of my favorite players when I was younger as well. So
yeah, it's kind of a shame, you know, his career was cut short due to concussion issues. And, you know, this actually surprises me if he has accepted this honor. I mean, I don't know if he has yet. I mean, he's been announced as an inductee and whatnot, because he kind of soured on the NHL. And that's why you don't really see him, you know, kind of lending himself to market the game, that sort of thing. He's always kind of forgotten about and keeps himself out of the spotlight because he doesn't like the way the NHL handled his particular situation that ended his career.
And I remember watching an interview with him a couple years after he retired, and like you said, he wasn't very happy with.
No, he wasn't.
I think it was Scott Stevens that hit him, wasn't it? That final time, I think it was.
Well, that would be a good guess, Scott Stevens.
Yeah, he hit everyone.
I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Is he into surfing? I think he lives in California. He's into surfing. I could be wrong there. I thought I remember reading something about that. But, you know, good for him for doing what he wants to do and stuff. And good for him for being inducted.
He was a heck of a player.
Oh, he was amazing. All right, Dave Andreychuk, the old school, gray-haired guy who every night put up his best effort. He won a Stanley Cup with the Tampa Bay Lightning in 2004. He scored 640 goals. Very impressive. Took him a while to do it. I think he was in the league over 20 years. But I'm very happy to see Dave Andreychuk in here. I think he deserves it.
Yeah, to me, he always comes across as one of those forgotten elite players of the generation past. And when people talk about the generation past, you know, they bring up key names like Joe Sakic or Peter Forsberg, but they always forget about this guy.
Yeah, they do.
And what he brought forward. He was an amazing, amazing player, and I'm just so happy that he was able to win that cup in 2004.
That was huge.
It was a great moment.
I remember watching that. It was pretty great. It reminded me of the Ray Bourque situation a little bit. And it was great. All right, last on the list, and probably my favorite player out of all 4 of these guys, Mark Recchi. 22 seasons, 3 cups, 1,553 points. Absolutely incredible statistical career. The guy played on, I think, like 9 teams. He played on Boston. He played on Pittsburgh. He played on Montreal.
Carolina.
He played on Carolina.
Philadelphia. Yeah, list goes on.
It's like he's the Dominic Moore now. I think he's played on like 9 teams, like that. So Mark Recchi was an absolutely brilliant hockey player. He was just a small guy, but he would hit, he would fight, he would score, he would pass the puck. He was a great leader. He was a great communicator, and I absolutely loved him when he played for Montreal. And I think Saku Koivu, I can't remember, but Mark Recchi wore number. When Mark Recchi left Montreal and went to, I think, Philly, he wore number 11 in honor of Saku Koivu because they became such great friends in Montreal. So, ton of respect for Mark Recchi. I just absolutely love that he's finally being inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. What's your thoughts?
Well, I think he fully deserves it. I don't even think this one should be second guessed. And I love his nickname that he had, Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, Wrecking Ball.
You know, he was small, but, you know, his physicality that he brought to the ice was unmatched, you know, based on his size. I really enjoyed watching him with the Pittsburgh Penguins when Crosby's career first got going. He was an amazing mentor for Crosby, settling him down when he came in 2005. You know, he's a guy that I followed throughout my younger years because, I mean, geez, he was in the league over 20 years, so he's basically played through 3 decades almost.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, you know, I followed
22
him
seasons, wow.
when he played with Philly. I mean, he put up some really impressive numbers when he played for the Philadelphia Flyers. And he's a guy who's won, multiple Stanley Cups, and he's done them all with different teams.
Yeah,
which
it's crazy.
in itself is quite a feat. Did he luck into those cups and go to the franchises at the right time? I don't think so. I think this guy brought that much to these franchises. He helped take them to a cup. Would they have won it without him? I don't think so, because he's that effective of a player.
He has brilliant hockey IQ.
Yeah, he does.
When you use that term, he was a very, very smart player.
Mm-hmm.
He was always on the right part of the ice when he needed to be. Like he could see the play in advance.
Yep.
If you watched him when he didn't have the puck, you could just watch him go, and he knew exactly where to be at the right time. He's just one of those guys that always had that talent. Mm-hmm. So very happy to see Mark Recchi in here. We're not going to talk about the other guys. I think the Boston Bruins owner, his name, we just talked about this, his name.
Jacobs?
Jeremy Jacobs.
Jeremy Jacobs.
He's being inducted. We're not going to really say anything about him. These main 4 guys are what it's all about. So yeah, what's your thoughts on these guys below? Let me know in the comments. And do you think any of these guys don't deserve to be in, or are you in agreement with us that, you know, we're really happy that all these guys got in? I think it's a great class this year for inductees. Yep. So we're very excited to make this video and talk about these guys because they deserve to be talked about for sure. And it's going to be interesting to see the developments over the next couple months of them actually being inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. I'm definitely going to watch that. So thank you guys very much for watching this video. We really appreciate it. If you like to hit the like button, that definitely helps it. If you're new to this channel, I hope you hit the subscribe button and catch all our hockey videos. Otherwise, we'll see you in the future. Adios.